So why don't you tell everybody who you are?
I'm Matt Anderson. I train here as an athlete, but I also own an indoor baseball facility where I instruct a lot of baseball players, and have a lot of my athletes come in here to train as well. A lot of young 11-year-olds to high school players training here.
Okay, so you got a lot of your guys in here, again, baseball over in Holliston. And so what kind of benefits and results have you seen from your athletes when they're training here with momentum physical therapy and performance training?
The benefits I've seen with the athletes that train here is, a lot of the kids at that age are very, mobile, and a lot of them have a lot of explosiveness, but a lot of them aren't very stable. And what I've seen from the kids that are, training here versus the kids that don't train is I see it, they're able to control their body, through their swing and stay stable all the way through their swing. And in terms of throwing, they're able to protect their body properly. They're able to, decelerate their arm properly. And the biggest thing is that in both those areas, you need your body to stay connected, all through your swing and all through your throw, in order to, one, prevent injury, and two, generate all the forces in your body. And I think with all those kids that have trained here, they all are able to stay connected through their swing and stay, connected all the way through their throw, upper body, lower body, all the way through. So that's the biggest difference I've seen. And obviously they've gotten more explosive in the process as well than they were before. But all those things add together, staying connected, protecting their arm and their delivery, and stability are the biggest things that I've seen.
So awesome. So from the proper movement and the performance training that these guys have seen here, not only are they staying injury free, but you see the performance and the velocities and all that going up as well.
Absolutely. And I'm a big believer in objective measurement, and every single kid that's trained here has seen, taking bigger strides in their velocity in terms of their throwing, their accuracy, and with hitting, we also chart ball exit speed, which is how hard the ball comes off the bat. And all those guys have improved significantly compared to the other kids since they started here. So, and I think the biggest thing is that we do their maximum speed and then their average speed, and their average speed in terms of their consistency has gotten significantly better. I think that's a big thing because of their stability in their swing or their throw. So,
all right, great, awesome. So that's from your athlete's perspective, but obviously, as you mentioned before, you've been training with us for a little bit here. So what kind of benefits and results have you seen as an athlete yourself from momentum physical therapy and performance trainings program?
Well, as an athlete myself, I've played baseball and football all my life, and baseball through college, and I still play today. My velocity individually when I started here was about 81 to 83 miles an hour. I maxed out about 83, and after the first month I was throwing 86, and now I'm throwing 87. I've never hit 87 before in my career, so that's obviously objective proof of the training. And then yesterday did long toss for the first time since last summer outdoors, and I've never reached 300 feet before goal line to goal line, and I was throwing at 300 feet with ease, and I probably could have gone further if I had maxed it out a little more. And then certainly the health of my arm, my body, and everything is a lot better. My recovery time is a lot faster than it used to be. I used to have a lot of soreness in my lat and my lower back, and now I don't have any of that these days. And in terms of appearance, which was another goal of mine, my body's completely changed from day one to now, and over the 6-month span. And you can see it everywhere. Chest, back, arms, and never are we just focusing on one of those areas, but I still see significant improvement in those areas just from doing full body exercises.
All right, awesome. So to kind of wrap this up, just what would you like to say to any coach or any athlete or any general pop that's just looking to either help their athletes out, help themselves out, or just get into general fitness?
I would say that there's no better place to go than here, because I've done training all my life. I've done heavy lifting, bench press, squats, deadlifts. I've done all different types of skill specific movement, but Kyle and Eric and Amy and Kristen, all the people that work here, they do a great job of understanding how the body works. And I think it starts with their assessment process. They assess where everyone where your strengths and weaknesses are in your body, and they teach you how to activate the right muscle groups with your core and your glutes and things like that. And what they do is they it's been a process for me from the start where I've learned, doing like body weight stuff, squats, deadlifts, things like that. And they made sure I'm able to do, the simpler movements first, and then we progress from there. And now I'm doing, a lot of stuff that you've never seen before at any other place here, because now I'm able to control my core, work my glutes, and I'm able to, protect my body doing those movements. For years I've done deadlifts and squats and bench press, and never felt it in the right areas. In fact, I probably felt pain in the lower back or the shoulder afterwards. And now I do, bench press. I'm doing deadlifts with heavy weight, doing those movements with no pain, and my weight just keeps increasing as I go, and I feel it in the right areas. And but we're also doing stuff that's really dynamic, like rope training and med ball throws and things like that. And I think what they do is they just challenge you month to month, and week to week, based on how you're doing. So after 4 weeks, I get a new workout, and I'm here 3 days a week, and all 3 days are different. So I'm constantly, my body never gets bored, I never get bored, and he's changing up on me from month to month. And I think that other places, it's kind of a cookie cutter, one size fits all approach, which is exactly the opposite of what I think people should be doing. They train the individual, not the masses, according to one plan. They train everyone based on their goals, and they make sure they're able to improve their body, improve their performance based on what they want to do. And I think that that's important, taking the individual. So for my players, they want to be better baseball players, so they design the program to make them better baseball players. If you're an everyday person, you want to be just healthy and look good, they base the program on that too. So whatever it is that you want to improve, whether it's your health, your looks, or your performance as an athlete, they'll cater the workout according to that. And I think that's important, where other places won't do that. You do things like CrossFit or going other places, and it's going to be everyone does the same thing, and they don't worry about what your goals were. If your goal is to increase the mass of your body, they'll still play through the same workout as everyone else. And you might lose 10 pounds, and that wasn't your goal in the first place here. Or if your goal is to be a better baseball player, but they're putting you through the same workout as a soccer player, that to me doesn't make any sense, because soccer, you're more of an endurance athlete, and baseball, you're more of an explosive athlete, and the movements are completely different. So again, whatever it is that you want to do, they train you according to your individual goals and whatever you want to improve. So I think that's the biggest difference here, and I think that they understand the body and put you through an assessment process before they even start you, which is also important. So they actually understand where your flexibility and stability issues are, and where you might have muscle imbalances. So I think that's important to prevent injury. So I think that's basically what I think about Momentum, is that they train the individual. They don't train everyone as one group in a one size fits all approach, and that's the biggest difference, I think.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Matt.
Yep, no problem.